I'm here to tell you today that in 2024, almost 2025, today's gospel would have never happened as we hear it. So remember the gist? Jesus wanders off. Eventually Mary and Joseph can't find him. They get all anxious. They go looking for him, yes? You know what the problem is? They didn't have Life 360. Matthew, what is Life 360? It's an app that your mom has ferociously. Track every location, right? If you're in the bathroom, do they know you're there? If they turn your app off, if you turn your app off, do they know you've turned it off? They know everything, right? And moms and dads are pretty itinerant, if you will, on tracking their children on this thing called Life 360. This is how it describes itself. Peace of mind starts here. See, Mary and Joseph, they wouldn't have been anxious. Lighten your mental load with Life 360's advanced location sharing and family safety features. With Life 360, you can see everyone and everything that matters all in one place. Now you exhale a huge sigh of relief. It's an app. Now think about this for a moment. How many of you use it? How many have seen it? How many know what it is? You have a version of it. Don't lie, Julie. You don't have anything like it? Not yet. Oh, it's coming, right? So, and parents tend to be a little bit itinerant around this, right? And I said to myself, right, first of all, not that it's a wrong or bad thing, good to know where the kids are, yes or yes? But can you imagine like an app trying to really tell you anything that really matters other than where your kids are at? And on this feast of the Holy Family, how do we use today's feast to really strengthen the bonds of family life? Go to the second reading today from Paul to the Colossians. St. Paul beautifully articulates the virtues and the values of family life. Not only family life, but Christian living. And how do we take the time today and in the days ahead as we walk into the new year to really renew our commitment with even more itinerancy than a parent tracks their child on Life 360? How do we become that itinerant, that focused on really strengthening the bonds of our families? I'm going to give you some suggestions. Number one, and this is a technology thing. Go to the first reading today. It is really good to pray together, but it's also really good to pray for our family members. Can somebody in your family instigate like a family list? Maybe whoever your family is, and it could be a circle of friends that are like family as well. And every morning, hey, today pray for Sarah, right? Tomorrow, pray for Marty. Pick who your family are and send a list out to everybody in your family group and invite them to pray for one another, but especially to pray for that person. Very simple, very easy, but there's a power not only to praying together, but also praying for one another in a solidarity. Secondly, for those of you, especially with kids, take today's second reading. You'll find the citations in the bulletin. Take the reading and really use it as a moment to reflect and to really reflect deeply on the qualities and the characteristics that you as a family want to work on in the year ahead. It really outlines the virtues, and we set goals for everything else, yes? Why wouldn't we set goals for our family life? Thirdly, go back to Life 360. It really can't tell you about everything you need to know about the person you're tracking, can it? Can't tell you almost anything, right? And think about all your Christmas gatherings. How successful you were at sitting with family members 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 hours and actually learning absolutely nothing new about them. Wonderful, right? Shocking. We're experts at that. We really manage down the conversation, yes or yes. How many times can you talk about the Browns building a dome, right? Get the idea? Challenge yourself as often as possible when you're with your family. For example, I'm going to use you, Matthew. Matthew, tell me something new that I don't know. You don't have to answer that. You can, right? You're a pilot, I know that, right? Doing very well in school, you get the idea, right? But challenge yourself, because that's how you build relationships, by sharing with each other, going deeper, asking those questions. They're not offensive questions, but they're really a recipe to strengthen the bonds of family. You can do it with your spouse. Honey, tell me something new that I don't know about you today. Oh my gosh, that would be wonderful and life-giving. And to put this all together in a bow, in today's bulletin, thanks to Dave and the Knights of Columbus, there's a beautiful insert that takes the St. Joseph relief. Each of those panels is a value, a virtue of family life. And you'll see it on this insert. It also kind of outlines the value that it represents, gives you a scripture passage to it, gives you a couple practical suggestions, and then there's a family prayer together that you could pray on New Year's Day when you're together and really rededicate yourself, really consecrate your family to the Lord. So I think about like today's gospel. It would have never happened in modern times, right? Mary and Joseph would have tracked the kid, right? They would have known right away where he was at. But that doesn't tell them deeply what they need to know. How do we start in our families praying for one another? Take the Colossians passage, reflect deeply, deeply on it. Really challenge yourself to ask those probing questions. Tell me something about your day. Tell me something new about yourself. That's how you build and strengthen family. And take some time to look through this insert. Beautiful reflection. Every time you come into church, it will add new meaning to the St. Joseph relief and really give you a recipe for your family life.